Elbit Systems is one of the largest defence contractors in Israel and is known for producing a wide range of advanced military technologies, one of which is drones. They claim to have these battle tested, but in reality they're tested on the population of Gaza and the West Bank in Palestine. Only 4 years ago, 3 young teenage boys, aged 13 and 14, were killed by a drone strike whilst trying to catch birds near the border fence between Gaza and Israel, as reported here by Al Jazeera.
Abu Dahir's son, Abdul Hamid, in the middle, was 13, as was Mohammed al-Satiri here on the right. On the left, Khalid Abu Sayed was 14. Their bodies were brought briefly to the family homes in the village of Wadi al-Salka.
If not me, who? And if not now, when? We are here to shut Elbit down.
Palestine Action is a direct action network of groups and individuals formed with a mandate of taking action against the sites of Elbit Systems and other companies complicit in Israeli apartheid, calling for all such sites to be shut down. They've been successful in shutting down the Oldham site and the London HQ. Last year they shut down the Leicester site for 6 days, and now they have returned to close it down permanently. It's Monday the 1st of May, and Palestine Action have come back to UAV Tactical Systems in Leicester, who manufacture parts for Elbit drones.
What we're dealing with is a financial, political system that, if you like, entrenches the interests of a military-industrial complex, weapons that are battle-tested on Palestinians, like, for example, the bombing campaign on Gaza, and it basically allows a cycle of violence that is enabled by Israeli apartheid to continue and continue and continue.
For all the kids they terrorize!
We will free Palestine!
Around 250 people have turned up to protest.
These have been built in the city where it's multicultural. You know, we shouldn't allow this to happen. We need this out of our city. We need this out of our country. It shouldn't be here in the first place.
Many community leaders turned up, including Riaz Khan and Sharifa Energy.
Pal Action are amazing. I mean, look what they're doing. Look, they've come in, they've got set up camp. Last year they came on the roofs and stayed for 6 days. We don't do that sort of stuff. We shout and scream, free Palestine, and we put stuff on social media. We try to lobby our MPs. These guys are on it. They're actually doing something which is more feasible. They've closed 2 factories down, one in Oldham, one in London, and hopefully they'll close this one down in Charlotte as well.
Tired of seeing fellow communities mourning, tired of the inferiority complex of Western liberal democracies, bombing and obliterating histories and libraries.
There's a Shut Elbit Down Leicester local group, and I think the whole community need to make more effort to support them, and at the same time support what Palestine Action is doing in shutting down this factory, because direct action, they're still here. You know, the audacity of the fact they've just like caged us off into a little corner. The policing is quite heavy. From already you can tell the presence, and they're ready to, like, you know, do whatever they feel like they need to do.
We ain't gonna let them kill no more. Let them kill no more. Let them kill no more.
The police are here to protect a firm of arms manufacturers who kill and maim people in Palestine. That is a misuse of police resources. It is supporting crimes abroad. They should be protecting us rather than protecting an arms manufacturer.
As well as traditional methods of protesting, Palestine Action are employing other techniques.
How long have you been up there?
Yeah, I've actually only been up this one for about half an hour, but we've been in the trees in total for about 4 days now.
And much longer do you intend to stay?
We'll stay as long as it takes until Elbit's out of Leicester. We're going to continue to occupy the space throughout this area.
Making drones, making weapons of destruction, because it fills their pockets, they allow it. So remember, this country has blood on their hands, and all the countries that support Israel has blood on their hands.
The least we can do is come here, show the support, and show our frustration how a factory like this can exist within our midst, especially in the city of Leicester, where there's nearly 100,000 Muslim population. So it's a shame and a tarnish on our city.
Resistance is needed on the streets, both in Palestine and in Britain. We cannot stand quiet when Elbit are manufacturing weapons on our doorstep.
We are here because direct action works. Palestine Action shut down the Oldham factory. Palestine Action shut down the London headquarters of Elbit. Our Palestine Action gonna shut down this factory right here.
I spoke to musician, human rights campaigner and Palestine activist Loki.
I think essentially it's understanding the kind of things that the British state will mobilise in order to suppress this particular movement. The British state has a history of doing a myriad of things when things like this are produced. So I think the key thing is to understand where fronts have opened up, and this is a particular front where essentially Israel is vulnerable because people are not supposed to know that Elbit Systems does what it does, but also they're not supposed to know that this particular factory exists in the community that it does with the demographics it does.
If you have anything that you want to do, you want to play football, local people in Leicester, come and play football here. This is your territory. Bil Masajid, say to the Imam, you want to give khutbah for Salat al-Jum'ah. Come here, this is where you do it.
I strongly suggest that people get together and come down here and fortify this camp. There will be a drawn out period, and of course at some point the police will attempt to clear it. So it's important that media organisations have their cameras here as much as possible, have people transmitting information from here as much as possible.
Tell them in Manchester, in London, in Oldham, in Plymouth, in Portsmouth, the hundreds of thousands of people in this country that feel deeply for the Palestinian cause, this is where you need to be. This is liberated territory.
Support Palestine Action by going to the website palestineaction.org. Get information from them, because the information that one gets from the press, mainstream press, is very distorted in favor of Israel. And go to Palestine Action, join Palestine Action, donate to Palestine Action so that actions can carry on, that we can shut Elbit down.
As expected, on Tuesday the 2nd of May, the police tried to break up the protest by kettling protesters in and removing their tents. According to Leicestershire Live, a total of 33 arrests were made and 17 people have been charged, including the organisers and founders of Palestine Action. Palestine Action have asked anyone who's able and willing to come down to the site to join the protest. They hope to remain there for the rest of the month and eventually shut Elbit in Leicester down.
Children's cries, they